back for your viewing pleasure. Your old friend Haemish McNagg, who hasn't been on this channel for a while, probably because that wee bastard S.B.R.E. Brown doesn't let me on that much, but that's okay. Today we're going to disassemble for your viewing pleasure this beautiful TWSBI. This is a Vac700R, and this is the something-ite pen. It's a fancy blue. I don't know what that. I'm not that fancy. I'm just a pen disassembler. Now, let's get started. How do you disassemble this pen? Well, you take off the cap. It's always a good start. You put it away so it's not in the way what you're doing. Here we see a couple of parts where this section comes off, nib comes out, no problem. But here's the tricky bit, isn't it? Now let's start it off easily. How do you take off the section? By unscrewing it. So you firmly hold that section, you unscrew the barrel, and here is your section. But we're not done, are we? Now before we start doing anything else that's weird, make sure we do not lose these O-rings, because they can pop off and they roll under your desk, and then you need to start crawling around looking for them. It doesn't make anyone happy. So make sure they're not there. Once in a while, put a little bit of silicone grease on them so they stay nice and smooth and lubricated. Now, once you've done that, nib goes firmly in the crook of your finger. Put your thumb on it, and you can unscrew that section. Here we go. Section goes off. Now this is plastic, so don't drop it and step on it because it will die. Alright, notice there is a little metal part there, and if you dip this in the ink all the time you might get some ink under that, so put your fingers there and push and it'll just slide off. Now as you can see, there's another little O-ring there. Make sure you don't lose that. If you really want to, you can pull out the nib and feed, but it might be a little difficult. There shouldn't really be any need to do that. But if you really want to, you can try. See if you are indeed still the strongest person on earth. Okay, nib. Nice. Now the hard bit. Now it's actually not as hard as it seems. This part unscrews. You know that because you need that to unscrew to pull this out, don't you? But what if this doesn't slide so well anymore? Well, then you need to lubricate it. You could of course do that the easy way, and you take a little bit of silicone grease and you put it on a toothpick or something, and then you slide that in there and you put it on that seal right there, that black part that's moving when I do this. You can do that, but why do it the easy way, Hamish, when you can do it the hard way? Good question, glad you asked. You pull this out all the way. Now in some of the older models this could come off, it's a massive pain. There is a way to take that off if you have a special tool, but you shouldn't really be needing to take that off. So what do you notice in these threads? They're round. There's a flat bit. Round. Now there's a flat bit. Well, guess what? You're going to take the wrench that came with your pen, and you're going to slide it right on there, that flat bit, and you're going to hold that. And as you're holding that, you can unscrew the barrel just like that, and it pops out. Now you have direct access to that seal. Do not lose that seal, because once you lose that you can throw out the entire pen. So I'll tell you what right now, if you lose that seal, send the pen to me in the mail and I will throw out the pen for you, because now you've wasted your own pen. Okay, now you notice that this here, see that wrench also fits there. You know what that's there for? Don't worry about it, because you don't need it. This is where you want to use your wrench, right there. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to put that in that barrel. You're going to put some silicone grease on that seal. You're going to take your wrench. I was still holding it. You're going to put it away. And now, gently, so as not to startle the pen, you slip it in from behind, gently. Be gentlemanly like. Take that in, put it in there, gently slip it in. Now, hold this with your fingers, hold this with your fingers. Screw that on there. You don't even need a wrench to tighten that, but if you want to, you can. Give it a little bit of a twist and turn. But not too much though. This is plastic, isn't it? It's going to crack. and make sure you don't crack that. And if you do, we'll come by and I'll ask you, why did you do that? It makes no sense. Now you push this back in with your finger. See that? See how nice that seal pops? That's great. If it doesn't do that, put some silicone grease on that seal like we've just done. I haven't really done it, but I talked you through it, didn't I? That's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? So what are you complaining about? Now, this plastic bit needs to have purchase. And I will just slip on there again. Now this part is done. We need to undo our disassembling work. The pin keeps rolling, little bastard. Now, section. O-rings all in place. I didn't lose anything because I know what the hell I'm doing. You take this nib unit and you slide that in there, just like that. And you put that nib in the crook of your finger so you don't misalign anything. Because if you do, I will come to your house and I will knock on your window at night and I'll say, why did you do that? Okay, now you put your thumb on the feed. There's a nice little area for you to do that. See that? That fits naturally. You do that and then you gently screw in the section. You're not going to touch anything else. You're not going to misalign the nib and feed this way. You're not going to over tighten anything because it's plastic again. It'll crack. And do that. And now you're done. You take your pin. You screw that back in place as well. See, just like that. And then you tighten it gently. Now you can unscrew the back end. You unscrew this. And look at that. Listen to that pop again. That's a nice pop right there. That means you've done it well. Okay, screw that end cap tightly. Take that cap, screw it on, put that down. You're done. Sit down, sit back, and enjoy yourself a nice big bowl of haggis to reward yourself. This was Haemish McNagg in a particularly sassy mood. Signing off. Sayonara.